Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about using Screencastify as a student support in social studies in grades 9 to 12. Now, usually I crop my screen. Ta-da! It's not cropped. While Screencastify is going, certain things are going on that I need to show you. First of all, you see over here, top right corner, it's recording. That red dot lets me know it's recording. Then there's down here, I have the pen where I can write on things. I have the mouse where I can either click mouse, that's what you're used to. There it goes. I can focus something if I want to show to students while I'm recording. Then there's the plain old classic pointer. And then this is really cool. You can make fireworks now. This is a new feature they just got. You can also draw shapes. By the way, clear screen, boom, that goes away. You can put on all sorts of happy stickers. If you've seen my other videos, I tend to do that sometimes. Clear screen, back. Now, you can also start the webcam, which Screencastify has. I'm not using that in this video. And you can also send it back, pull out if you don't like the menu. That's a new feature. You stop over here, or you can pause the recording here. Now, how do you get this started? So if I wasn't recording, I would click on right up here on Screencastify. And this is what it really looks like, the underside. See what does it really look like? And I took a screenshot. You have the option to turn on your microphone. You have the option to embed your webcam. You can pick either one tab in the browser, the desktop, or only the webcam. You choose your sources. Free Screencastify is 5 minutes. If you pay for it, you have unlimited to record for as much of the time. So let's say I do click on record, which I am doing right now as I record. It's going to ask you what you want to share. Do you want to share a screen, window? Notice I work with 2 screens, so it asked me that option too, and I click on what I want to share. After I do that, I can't record it and show it to you, but there's a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then the screen changes where this comes up and the Screencastify on the bottom comes up, which can be very annoying if you don't want to share that. But let's say, if you're sharing something with your students, something quick, they actually want to see that you recorded your screen. Now, how else do I use this? The first way that I started to use this, and the reason I got into Screencastify, is providing directions during asynchronous instruction. When students need more support or they need me to explain things, I give them directions. Directions on how to do it, my expectations. Sometimes I can even model. I'm going to go back, actually find you one of my first videos. It's going to look a little different. Screencastify changed over the past year. I'll show you a little piece of how I used it. Okay, so you're going to need to post which bullet you plan on responding and which song you plan on using by Wednesday, June 3rd at 1 o'clock. You're going to have to do a response on it. Tell me what it is on Edmodo. Sorry, that's my lovely phone. It replaces your 321 for Tuesday, June 2nd and Wednesday, June 3rd. Okay, that was embarrassing. Moving right along. How else do I use this loveliness? I use it for test takeaways. I need to show you what I mean. Test takeaways are when I give my students through synchronous instruction exams. This was a multiple choice exam through a different technological tool that I may make a video on, I may not, called GoFormative. There is a free version. So if you notice, I took my students' names off. This is the old Screencastify menu over here. In case it doesn't look familiar, it's because it's the old one. But I went through it and I explained what had to go on and what they needed to work on as their next steps for the unit. And then I kind of did a mashup with Flipgrid, another tool. I've seen other people make videos on it, where students had to respond to me about what their next steps were. I've also done the takeaway with Edpuzzle, where I upload this video. You can go from Screencastify to Edpuzzle, and this way I know my students watched it, and they have to respond with the questions in Edpuzzle to tell me what their next steps are. Here's another way I use it. When instruction is to be asynchronous for whatever reason, there are times where I will record my lesson. This is a slide with my Bitmoji and me making a very funny face, actually. That's my webcam on, where I use this to deliver asynchronous instruction when my students need direct instruction. I combine this together with Pear Deck, and I have my students work their way through. I explain what I need to teach, how I'm teaching it, what they're going to do, what their activity is. And I sometimes upload it to Edpuzzle again to make sure that they actually watched it. Okay, so domestic, although this is not so domestic, but it is a domestic program. In the Peace Corps and Alliance of Progress, the goal of the Peace Corps is to help. I told you we don't use the word third world. I'm just putting the term there because you're probably used to it. Assisting developing countries in Africa, Asia, Latin America. Who is it? College grad. It's still around. You can still join it. College grad go to teach health, agriculture, basic hygiene, education. That is JFK shaking hands with a very famous Peace Corps member. His name and birth certificate was William Jefferson Blythe. It's also William Jefferson Blythe Hope. He took a stepdad's name, Clinton. You know him as Bill. There he is. That's his hero he's shaking hands with. Now, Alliance of Progress is specifically economic and technological assistance. Helping Latin America is trying to mitigate or even out or counter Castro's influence. The goal is, yes, to stop the spread of communism. So this is some ways I use Screencastify as a support to help my students. I think that my getting into it originally to help students with directions was what led me down this road. And hey, I use it to record all of these lovely videos as a virtual content specialist. And that's how I'm sharing this with you. I hope it helps. In the next video, I'm going to actually speak about how to actually break it down and record more step by step. It's just a way that I'm trying to share how I try to support my students in social studies and in other subjects too, but specifically for you in social studies. Hope to see you in the next clip.